So I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video, and I'm going to explain that in a video I'm going to put out in a day or two just because that's where I filmed it, but everything's fine. But for this video, I thought I'd show you my process for planting garlic in the fall to have in the spring. And I've never done it before, so I kind of went by what was on the package and what I've seen others do, and I'm really hoping I've done it right. So let's go see. I got this from a group called Fruition Seeds. I don't know if they're any good or not. I was having trouble finding finding seed garlic online. So looks like there's 3 bulbs. There we go, 3 bulbs. And then I guess I should read the directions, right? Plant each clove 2 to 3 inches deep, 4 to 6 inches apart in fertile ground. How do I get the bulbs out? I guess the way I normally would, right? So I've gone through all of the garlic cloves now. Let's see how many we have. I have to check whether the ones that I broke the skin on are ones I would use or not. So if not, I'm just gonna leave those aside for now until I check that. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's more than enough for me. You know, I have a small square foot garden, and I was just gonna put it around the border of the garden. So I think this will be plenty. Plus, you know, it's an experiment. I don't want to use up a whole bunch of garden space until I know if I can do it right. All right, so I'm going to start planting. Here we go. So it says to plant, I put some of the, if you watched the episode where I mulched, I put some of my garden mulch down here, and the directions say to put 6 inches of leaf, of fall leaves down. So I'm going to do that as well, but that's why I'm not worried about removing the leaves right now. So my plan is to plant the garlic along the tomato bed and then have the tomato plants as such, maybe with some basil in between or something. So first things first, I'm just going to find my spot. And let's see, we probably want to do, oh, see, look, I cut myself with the splinters from the wood. So we're probably going to want to do, let's see, you want to give it enough space from the end. So probably there, and then 4 inches or so. There's another one. I'm going to put all this back once I've planted them, but it's much easier to have sort of a clean surface to work on when you're doing it. So to plant them, I think it says, well, actually I have the directions right here. It says plant 4 to 6 inches deep, so it actually should be relatively deep. It should probably be about almost to the bottom of the bed. Yep, that's about the bottom of the bed right there. Okay. I'm taking out the microphone, so the sound isn't going to be as good, but here we go. I can probably just fast forward past this part, huh? And as far as I understand it, you plant it, as far as I understand it, you plant it this way. Kind of how you see the bulbs when you get them, with the flat at the bottom and a little tip pointing up. So I'm doing that. Flat at the bottom, little tip pointing up. Flat at the bottom, little tip pointing up. Actually, I think this needs to be a little bit deeper, maybe even. There we go. At the bottom, little tip pointing up. All right, do you get the idea? I'm going to plant around the entire bed, and then I'll cover them with leaves, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, so here are all the holes. I've got all 14 dug and sort of planted. You can see the garlic down in there. And I'm going to cover them and put the mulch over them, and then we'll be done. So let me add real quick that I have plenty of leaves in the driveway, and it's actually saving me a little bit of work to go ahead and, instead of having to bag them up and put them in the backyard, I'm able to just rake them to the front right next to the pile here, and I'm just going to rake it on, and then I'm going to pull the plan is to pull the chicken wire around to help hold it, and also I have a couple of plants that are still growing in there that are related. I think it's my kohlrabi, so I'm gonna have to find a way to make sure they don't get over covered so they don't get any sun. But all right, here goes. All right, so as you can see, I now have the leaves on top of the garden bed. The reason I put the chicken wire back up, it's not to keep animals out. It's actually because I expect the wind will probably toss the leaves around a lot. And I may even have to like adjust the leaves throughout the winter. Hello. Neighbor just passed by. And so by having this in here, by having these leaves in here, it'll allow me to readjust them basically. Also, as I had said I would do before, there's my kohlrabi plants. I've tried to keep them where they have enough sun still, but still a little bit protected by the leaves in case it does get a deep freeze while they're growing. I have no idea if I'm going to end up with actual kohlrabi this year, but here's hoping. So that's it for my garlic planting for the fall. I'm really excited to see how it will do in the spring, and I'm hoping it'll also help with pest control. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you aren't already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.